Imagine opening your bank account at the end of the month and realizing something shocking. You worked hard every single day. You earned money, you stayed busy, but somehow, you still have no idea where your money disappeared. One minute your salary arrives, and the next minute your account already looks empty. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Millions of people earn money every month but still feel broke because they never learned one life-changing skill: how to tell their money exactly where to go. And that's where zero-based budgeting changes everything. This is not some complicated finance trick used only by accountants or rich people. It's one of the simplest and most powerful money systems in the world. In fact, many financially successful people use this exact method because it gives them complete control over their income. It removes confusion, it removes waste, and most importantly, it helps you stop living paycheck to paycheck. Today, you're going to learn exactly what zero-based budgeting is, how it works, why it works so well, and how beginners can start using it immediately. And trust me, by the end of this video, the way you think about money will completely change. So first, let's understand the biggest mistake most people make with money. Most people think budgeting means restriction. They hear the word budget and immediately imagine stress, sacrifice, and saying no to everything fun. But that's not what budgeting actually is. Budgeting is simply giving your money a purpose. Right now, whether you realize it or not, your money already has a system. The problem is, it's probably a bad system. Without a budget, money disappears randomly. A few online orders here, a food delivery there, a subscription you forgot about, a shopping sale you couldn't miss, a few impulse purchases. And suddenly, your salary is gone. That's why so many people feel stressed about money even when they earn decent income. The issue is not always income. The issue is direction. Money without direction disappears. Zero-based budgeting fixes that problem. Now here's the basic idea. With zero-based budgeting, every single rupee you earn gets assigned a job before the month begins. Not some of your money, not most of your money. Every single dollar. That means your income minus your expenses equals zero. And before you panic, that does not mean you spend all your money carelessly. It means every rupee is planned. Some money goes toward bills, some goes toward food, some goes toward savings, some goes toward investing, some goes toward fun. Nothing is left unplanned. That's why it's called zero-based budgeting. Your balance reaches zero on paper because every rupee already has an assignment. And that one small shift changes everything. Let's say you earn $50,000 per month. Instead of spending randomly until the money disappears, you decide in advance. Now every dollar has a mission. This is powerful because when money has a purpose, you stop making emotional decisions. Most financial problems are emotional problems. People don't overspend because they're stupid. They overspend because they're impulsive. Because emotions control their wallet. Zero-based budgeting creates awareness. Suddenly, before buying something unnecessary, your brain starts asking, if I spend this here, what category loses money? That question alone can save you thousands. Now let's talk about why this method became so popular. The biggest reason is simple. It works for normal people. You don't need to be rich. You don't need fancy spreadsheets. You don't need a finance degree. You just need honesty. That's it. In fact, this budgeting method is especially powerful for beginners because it forces you to finally face your real spending habits. And honestly, that part can feel uncomfortable at first. Because most people think they know where their money goes until they actually track it. Then, reality hits. Maybe food delivery costs are double what they expected. Maybe online shopping is silently draining their income. Maybe small daily expenses are destroying their savings. The scary thing about money leaks is that they usually look harmless. $100 here. $200 there, $500 on something small, but repeated over months and years, those tiny leaks become massive financial damage. Zero-based budgeting exposes those leaks immediately, and once you see them clearly, you can finally fix them. Now let's go step by step through how beginners can actually start. Step 1. Calculate your monthly income. This sounds obvious, but many people don't do it properly. You need to know exactly how much money comes into your life every month. Salary, freelance income, part-time work, side hustles, business income, anything. Let's say your total monthly income is $50,000. That number becomes your foundation. Step 2. List all your expenses. And this is where you must be brutally honest. Write down everything: rent, electricity, internet, groceries, fuel, transportation, subscriptions, EMIs, entertainment, shopping, eating out, savings, investments, everything. Because the truth is, your memory lies. People almost always underestimate how much they spend. Now step 3. Assign every dollar a job. This is the core of zero-based budgeting. You take your total income and divide it intentionally. If you earn $50,000, then the total of all categories combined should equal $50,000. Again, this doesn't mean you spend everything. Savings and investments are also jobs. In fact, One of the smartest things about zero-based budgeting is that it treats savings like a mandatory expense. Most people save whatever is left after spending, and usually, nothing is left. Successful people do the opposite. They save first, then spend what remains. That one habit alone can completely change your future. Now, step 4, track your spending during the month. This is where discipline enters the game. A budget only works if you actually follow it. You don't need perfection, but you do need awareness. If your food budget is $5,000 and you already spent $4,500 halfway through the month, your budget is warning you early before disaster happens. That's the beauty of budgeting. It reveals problems before they become emergencies. Without a budget, people notice financial damage too late. With a budget, you catch mistakes early. Now here's something important beginners must understand. Your first budget will probably fail. Your first budget will probably fail. And that's normal. Maybe you underestimated expenses. Maybe unexpected bills appeared. Maybe you forgot certain categories. That does not mean budgeting doesn't work. It means you're learning. Budgeting is a skill. And like every skill, you improve with practice. Even people who are great with money today made mistakes in the beginning. The goal is progress, not perfection. Now let's talk about one of the biggest benefits of zero-based budgeting: peace of mind. Financial stress destroys mental health. When you don't know where your money is going, your brain stays anxious all the time. You worry about bills, you worry about emergencies, you worry about the future. But when you finally have a clear plan, your stress decreases because uncertainty decreases. You know what you can spend, you know what you should avoid, you know how much is saved, you know where you stand. Clarity creates confidence, and confidence around money changes your entire life. Now let's destroy another myth. Many people think budgeting makes life boring. Actually, the opposite is true. A good budget gives you permission to enjoy life without guilt. If your budget includes $2,000 for entertainment, then spending that money feels stress-free. Why? Because it was intentional. Random spending creates guilt. Planned spending creates control. That's a huge psychological difference. Now here's where zero-based budgeting becomes extremely powerful. It forces your priorities to become visible. Your spending reveals your real values. People say they want financial freedom, but their spending says they want instant pleasure. People say they want savings, but their money constantly goes toward impulse purchases. Your budget exposes the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts, but that honesty is necessary for growth. Now let's talk about common mistakes beginners make. Mistake number 1, making unrealistic budgets. This is huge. No entertainment, no eating outside, no shopping ever again. Then 2 weeks later, they binge spend because the budget feels like punishment. A sustainable budget is better than a perfect budget. You must leave room for real life. Mistake number 2, forgetting emergency expenses. Life is unpredictable. That's why emergency funds are critical. Even saving a small amount monthly builds protection over time. Financial stability is not about avoiding problems. It's about being prepared for them. Mistake number 3, not reviewing the budget regularly. Your life changes, income changes, expenses change, goals change. Your budget should evolve too. Now let's talk about why this system is especially important for young people. Because the earlier you learn money control, the easier life becomes later. Most adults are struggling financially today because nobody taught them financial discipline when they were younger. Schools teach equations, schools teach history, but almost nobody teaches budgeting. And yet money affects nearly every part of adult life. Imagine learning this skill at 18 instead of 35. That difference alone could save years of stress because money habits compound. Good habits make life easier over time. Bad habits make life harder over time. And the scary part is that bad financial habits feel normal in the beginning.